Most people believe language is just a tool, something we use to share thoughts or describe reality. But the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche strongly disagreed. In his essay on truth and lies in a non moral sense, he argued that language is not a clear window to the truth. Instead, it is full of illusions, words we've used for so long that we forget they are only guesses, shortcuts, and metaphors. According to Nietzsche, truth is not something eternal or divine. It's more like a mobile army of metaphors, as he says, a group of comparisons we use so often they start to feel real. But they are not reality. For example, when we say the word leaf, for example, we use one word to describe many different things, each with different shapes, colors, and patterns. We ignore the details to make one simple idea. That simplification is not truth. It is a practical lie we all agree to use. This shows something important. Language does not reflect reality. It reshapes it. And it reshapes it in a way that helps us survive, not necessarily understand. Language turns messy, complex things into neat ideas we can name, remember, and talk about. But when we do that, we also lose the truth of how unique and complicated the world really is. Other thinkers like Michel Foucault have built on this idea. Foucault believed that language and power go hand in hand. The way we talk about things, whether in science, religion, law, or everyday life, affects what people believe is real, normal, or allowed. Words like insane, criminal, or sinner don't just describe people. They give us permission to lock them up, judge them, or control them. In this way, language becomes a kind of soft weapon. It shapes who we can be and what we can imagine. Even simple labels like man or woman come with rules and expectations. From a young age, people are taught what these words mean and what kind of behavior fits. The words guide our choices before we even realize it. So language doesn't just describe who we are, it often decides who we are allowed to become. Thinkers like Wittgenstein also warned us about this. He said, "The limits of my language means the limit of my world." In other words, if you don't have words for something, it's very hard to even think about it. Language shapes the edge of our minds, and the structure of language, how we form sentences and ideas, also builds certain assumptions that the world is made of things, that time moves in one direction, that people cause things to happen. But these might not be universal truths. They might just be the habits of our grammar. Some philosophers, like Derrida, took this further. He said that meaning in language is never fixed. Words only make sense in relation to other words, and they change over time. So even when we think we are saying something true, that truth is always slipping and shifting. There is no final meaning, only endless interpretations. We can never fully escape language. We can't step outside it and look at reality without its filter. We think in words, we dream in metaphors. Even when we question language, we must use language to do it. It's like being trapped in a maze and trying to draw a map using only the walls. But this does not mean we should give up. Nietzsche didn't ask us to stop speaking. He asked us to speak with awareness. If we cannot avoid illusions, then let's at least choose better ones. Let us use words with care, with creativity, and with the knowledge that we are building, not revealing, reality. Poetry, art, and philosophy can help us play with language rather than be controlled by it. In conclusion, language is not just a way to communicate. It is a powerful force that shapes how we think, how we live, and what we believe is true. It can control us if we use it blindly. But if we learn to see its tricks, if we become more conscious of its limits, then we can start to use it more freely, more honestly, even if truth remains just out of reach.